Well, there's always going to be somebody that deserves a piece, and I hope you've all had a fantastic meal. So when I talk for a couple of seconds, the man's going to put out the volumes and everything so everybody can hear. Why you want to do that, I do not know, because most of you probably don't want to hear. But apart from that, we've got a lot to get through tonight, and what I've been asked by the ASTRA Club is to try and explain a little bit about the history. Now, with any presentation, I need somebody up here to help me to do the presentation, because I probably give the wrong things to the wrong people and all the rest of it. But the ASTRA Club was actually started a very long time ago. And talking to Graham earlier this afternoon, I quickly realised he was talking about an era that I probably wasn't even born. And yeah, really, yeah. And he's telling me about the fact that Anne and Bill Chesson wanted to start the ASTRA Club. And on a trip to Ramsgate, I'll get the geography right, on a trip to Ramsgate, Bill turned to Anne and said, well, I'm going to call my club ASTRA Club. Why, she said. Well, look at that, he said. ASTRA Fireworks. What a brilliant name. So hence the Club of ASTRA started. And I know an awful lot of people around the room have got a lot more memories than I certainly have, because at 3 years old I probably wouldn't remember anything. And, you know, Bill did a fantastic job, and he started with what I can only consider to be, all those years ago, some very big ideas. The races of champions, the races of giants, you know, Lytton Circuit, the internationals. But one little obstacle he had in those days, and those of you that are as old as me will remember that we used to ride in centre events. We then used to get a licence to go up into international events and all the rest of it. But Bill beat all that. He made them all club members. So he could have a club meeting that had all the big top international riders that were in this country at the time. So hence the reason. Oh, there we go. They're going to get me at it tonight, aren't they? I've only started and they've run out of battery. Right. Where was I? I was saying about where the ASTRA Club started from. I've got through to the Lytton Internationals and why he was able to run it with all these fantastic champions. Moving on to 1997, and Bill decided that he'd had enough, so he handed over to somebody that a lot more of you in the room will know this person, of Graham Hurry, and what a fantastic job Graham's done ever since with all the big internationals that we've had down at Swingfield, and not forgetting the other big circuits that we've ridden at. Now, the news today is that Graham's decided to pass the baton on. And I'm pleased to tell you that the ASTRA Club are going to continue, and Paul's taking the mantle now. And if the rest of you in the room have struggled with all this social media as much as I have, Kirby's going to be his right-hand man, and Kirby's going to make sure that his social media is all taken care of, and everybody in the world knows what's going on.
I'll try. I'll look after
Yep. I think you trying is far better than me even attempting to do it. Right. So, as I mentioned, with any presentation, we need somebody to present the awards. I've given you the history, you know why ASTRA Club started, and I'm very pleased to say that tonight we've got Anne Chesson with us. So Anne, if you could join me. Thank you, Anne. So I'm not going to embarrass you and get you to say anything, as you mentioned to me earlier. But what I will do is I'll get somebody to come up and join you who has been a stalwart of our sport, worked in the ACU office. How anybody can do that, I don't know, for any 1 year, let alone the amount of years this lady's done. But please welcome Tracy Cossar. And the reason for bringing Tracy up is because she knows who should get everything that's on the table. Should do, I said.
What can I do? Graham's
Oh, because you've been on the gin. I like it.
Do you want me not to do it?
Right. Now, it turned out that this year, the ACU didn't do a national presentation meeting. So, everything has been brought down here, and we are going to present the British Championship Awards. We start with the smallest of classes. It's new to many people. It's the 140 class, and the British champion this year was Maxine Beck. Oh, that's it. The photographs are taken. Well done, Maxine. And I do know that many of you have got memories like me that remember when she rode grass track being Maxine Hill, but she's now Maxine Beck and she's the 140 British champion. We move on to the 250. And I'm very pleased to say that our national champion for this year is Henry Atkins. Who's not here by the look of it. Don't you just love it? The big build-up. And they don't even let us know they're not here. But I know the next one is, because we move on to 350, and I'm tempted to say, what can't this guy ride? I'm talking motorbikes, please. Keep it clean. 350. British champion is one other than Mr. Paul Cooper. Paul, are you limping?
Yes.
Don't tell me you tried to play football or something stupid.
Living up in York, I have a very rich living, don't I? I eat lots of red meat and drink a lot of port, and I'm suffering from gout.
Love it! That's landlord's disease in my part of the country.
I'm suffering from gout, which it's been a problem for the last couple of years, but we're back fully. Carry on, don't we?
We certainly do. Paul, great to see you with that. Paul? Now here we go. Yeah. Ah. Is he having a go at me, Trace? Yeah. Hey. Perhaps Paul Hurry wanted him. I'm sure we can get it changed. Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, right. I get what you mean now. So why don't we get him up here? Come on, Paul. He's just explained to me the final wasn't run, so both your names are on that trophy. Come on, Paul. And I mean, while we've got everybody in the room, I mean, the runner-up that I'm told is Dave Mears is in the room. Stand up, Dave. Well done, sir. I caught that. He's still racing. Yes, he is. Well done, Dave. 500 Sidecar. The British champions for 2023 are Mitch, Godden and Paul Smith.
We haven't got gout. It's got old age. Old age. Tracy.
Come on, Trace. Now, while I've got you two boys up here, I'm not going to let you sit down straight away because you brought up to me earlier on tonight these two enormous cups that you picked up in Europe. And what Mitch has explained to me is that basically you've made a podium in Europe 3 times now, and finishing in the Euro finals this year, you've achieved probably more than any other 500 sidecar in this country before. So I think with this audience we've got here tonight, I think it's a very big round of applause for the fantastic achievement you two guys have made. And with all our hearts, we're going to say good luck till August in Germany this year to see if you can make it one better than those 2 cups there. Because for runners-up, that's not bad. I wait to see next year what the first place is. Well done, guys. Thank you very much indeed. Cheers. So we have now the British Championships for the left-hand sidecars. And I'm pleased to call up for the left-hand sidecars our British champions, Michael Phillips and Tim Phillips. Tracy's guessing, she doesn't know which one's which. Come on, do it properly. So, as many as you will know, I'm looking around this audience thinking there's an awful lot of people in this room know a lot more about this sport than I do. But you'll remember that the 500cc became the British Masters. And I'm pleased to say that in this centre, they run a fantastic British Masters. And our British Masters champion turned out to be none other than the Chris Harris! Now, Chris, while I've got you up here, you might notice that there's a trophy here with a very elegant plastic bag over it. But actually, underneath it is something that you might want. And on it, you can see inscribed that this engine won this person all his heats and finals except for one in the Masters Championship, but unfortunately finished its life when someone forgot to put oil in it. Doesn't work too well without oil. I will embarrass Sean Harvey and say it was you, Sean. But there we go. So Bomber, you have got an engine, call it a trophy. I think you might be able to do something with it, you never know. But it's awarded by his tuner, Jochen Klugerman, his long track team, mechanics and team sponsors. Chris, well done. Yeah, you got to carry it. But I think you might want to leave it till later though. Right, that's the 500s. We now move on to the large chariots. And of course, our British Masters champions were Mark Cossar and Gareth Williams. And for those of you that haven't recognised the name, Mark is Tracy's son. And I think while they make their way back to the table, I will say that we were going through the record books earlier on this afternoon. And I think it deserves a round of applause that Mark has now exceeded the records set in the past, where Bill Evans had achieved 6 national championships. Steve Smith, and there's a name from the sidecar world, he'd achieved 6 Masters Championships, but Mark Cossar and Gareth Williams have now topped 7 Masters titles. So we've got a couple more trophies here, and the first one is the Jim Rendall Trophy, and these trophies are presented for the most points scored during the racing season. So all those that work in the background collect the points from the finishing, they go at every single meeting and all the rest of it. And I'm pleased to say that we've got an up-and-coming star that's taken the Jim Rendall Trophy this year, Chad Wirtzfeld. Brilliant. Well done, Chad. And you expect to see a lot more from that young man. Same thing happens with the sidecars, and I do think this is a most fantastic trophy, the Brian Stibbs Trophy. Had to be just one winner, really. Mark Cossar and Gareth Williams. Well done, Mark. Well, I think that just about concludes our presentations, and thank you very much indeed. Yes, you can make your way back to your seat. Yeah. Thanks, Tracy. It all went smoothly, I think. I've just got a couple of little notices to give out. That some of you that were at the Masters this year might remember when I was commentating, I said that Lou was 60. I didn't. On the day, I got it wrong, but I've now found out that Lou, stand up, you're 60 next week, aren't you? Alan, if you're about somewhere, Alan Sanders. Alan, is he about? He's there. Would you believe this man is going to be 80 on Monday? And right over in the corner, very new to this sport, never been to an event like this before, with the shiniest shoes in the room. Welcome, Jason.
Up and down.
That's about it for me. Unless anybody else has got anything else they want to say, I'm going to sign off and say, let's get the DJ back, let's get on, enjoy the rest of the night, and a big, big thank you to those that do the organising GrasstrackSPORT Club. The raffle? Do you want to do the raffle? Oh, you want to sell raffle tickets? Oh, right, okay. The ladies will be coming amongst you. It's £5 a strip of raffle tickets. And loads of prizes to be won. With the ACU British Sand Race Championships. Well done, Paul. Yeah, but you know what really pisses me?
Oh, it's right out,
So, on that, Michelle, this is Godden again. So, we're all the British champions up for a team photo.
You're on time.
Oh, yeah.
Sidecar race.
It's too tall. That's right. With the way we're looking.
Do you shop in that way?
Hang on, Mark's got
It's got to move up now.
That's it.
Chris, not tall, Chris, not tall.